observe and discuss, can you tell, use of ICT, some questions are there, introduction to scientist, observe and discuss, all those things are there in the boxes, isn't it? In that boxes, whatever the try this or either always remember that you have to learn, okay? That will be asked or either asked or not asked, but you should know all these things as well as introduction to scientist. You have to read that information, but it will be not asked is as your evaluation. That means it will be not asked in your question paper. Try this and recall, that is your previous syllabus, from your previous syllabus, whatever is there, that you have to omit out. That means you don't have to read or either learn that. Okay. I have no hope you have understood our sexual reproduction of those unicellular and multicellular organisms. We are going to study the sexual reproduction in human beings. I am skipping the part sexual reproduction in plants. I will be teaching you, from as usual as per the PPT. Here I have taken a topic that is sexual reproduction in human beings. Okay, so we'll start this and afterwards we'll take in plants. So here you could see a screen that is sexual reproduction in human beings. Okay, one more instruction here is when you are coming online, you have to wear school uniform and sit there in front of your whatever mobile camera. So please wear your school uniform and sit. Okay. We'll start with sexual reproduction. Here we have studied that men have X and Y chromosome and women have X and X chromosome. We have two types of chromosomes in our body, in our cell. Two types of chromosomes. Can you name? These are autosomes and sex chromosomes. Autosomes are the chromosomes which tells you all the other characters, and sex chromosomes are the chromosomes which are going to develop you as a man or either as a woman. So because of this sex chromosome, you are a male or either you are a female. So there are two types of sex chromosome, while the person in front of you is called as a male or either called as a female because of the difference in that sex chromosome. So what difference it is? In female have two same type of chromosome, that is XX chromosomes, and male have XY chromosomes. Isn't it? X chromosome is same in both male and female because it comes from mother, it comes from a woman. So it is distributed similarly to the man also and to the woman also. So X chromosome is present in both men as well as present in both women. So we will study the function as well as the structure of human reproductive system. Okay, you have understood about X chromosome, XX chromosome and XY chromosome, how they are formed. They are formed by the meiosis, division of meiosis. There are two types of cell division, that is mitosis and meiosis. Mitosis takes place in your autosomes. Meiosis takes place in your sex chromosome, or we can call it as the germ cells. Okay. We'll start with human male reproductive system. Here you could see as well as there is a reproductive system diagram in your textbook. This is male reproductive system which is situated inside a human male, inside the body of the male. So we will study the part as you study digestive system, as you study your circulatory system, same way this is the most important system in your body, that which is going to produce a new generation again, as well as because of this system you are being detected as the male or either as the female. Now this we are going to study about human male reproductive system, see its parts. We start from down, that is testes. Okay, you could see round red color, that is testes. Next, the testicular lobes. There are sac, the bag-like substance, that is the testes. Protect these testes as well as to hold these testes. There are lobes, that is testicular lobes, as well as it is again protected together in a bag. We call it as scrotum. We'll go anti-clockwise. Okay. Then we'll move to urethra. Urethra. Then the bulbourethral gland. This is in your book. It is given as Cowper's gland. Okay. In your book it is written as Cowper's gland. Here it is also called as bulbourethral gland. Next is the prostate. It is the prostate gland. Then the seminal vesicle, then the urinary bladder. Here you come to side, that is left hand side. Ureter, vas deferens, epididymis, vas efferens, retic testes, and testicular lobe. Now we study the function of all these things. Okay, so these are there inside your body, and some part is there outside the body. Okay, so we'll start with the testes. Testis is protected in a scrotum, a bag-like structure, a pouch which is there outside the body. Now, why it has to be outside the body? Why it is not situated inside the body? Because it requires low temperature. Your body has high temperature, and for the development of testes, it requires low temperature. So this testis is cold outside your body in a scrotum. So one more thing I'll give you information that you have to wear not tight clothes, because our region is India. We are near the equator. It is hot region. So our Indian culture is to wear loose clothes because of these testes, which is going to produce the sperms. No, the work of the testes is division of the cell meiotically. The mitosis, that is meiosis. Sorry, it is meiosis division. So here the sperms are produced. Then further is the testicular lobes are there. There are seminal vesicles inside the testicular lobes, as well as we find the epididymis. Epididymis, that is, this helps the sperms to produce, as well as it helps the sperms which are produced to pass through the deferens, that is vas deferens. Are you getting? Sperms are produced in the testes. Epididymis, these have small tubulars, which we call it as vas efferentia or vas efferens. Okay, small tubules are there. These tubules help the sperm to pass. They help the sperm to get the motion to pass through the vas deferens. It comes through vas deferens to the ejaculatory. For ejaculation, to bring out from the body, okay, through the ejaculatory duct. It is there in your textbook, ejaculatory duct. This ejaculatory duct helps the sperm to move forward. Okay, there are two types of glands here. Three types of glands, that is seminal vesicle, prostate gland, and the bulbourethral gland. This bulbourethral gland, it produces the semen. Semen means it produces the liquid fluid, helps the sperms to run, helps the sperms to move. Okay, as well as prostate gland also, it produces actually the fluid, and bulbourethral helps the fluid to mix with the sperm. So two functions you have studied. Prostate gland produces the fluid, bulbourethral gland, it helps the fluid to mix with the sperm, and together that thing is called as semen. Okay, then it is being pushed forward from the ejaculatory duct, and then it comes to urethra. From the urethra, it is thrown outside the male's body. Okay, are you understanding? Yes. So this is human male reproductive system. Again, refer the diagram and recall whatever I have just now explained you. First, we have started with testes, the function of testes. Then we started with the epididymis as well as vas efferentia. No, vas efferentia are the small tubules inside the epididymis. Now, what is their function? When the sperms are produced, they could pass through the epididymis. Epididymis helps the sperms to move forward and pass to the vas deferens. What is the function of vas deferens? To take these sperms into ejaculatory duct. Here when the sperms come, they meet two glands. From these two glands, the seminal vesicle, no, from these two glands, the fluid is being mixed into the sperm and then it is formed into semen and then thrown out of the male's body. Okay. Here this thing, how it is situated inside the male's body. See the location of all those things just now what you have studied, the male's body and their situation, how they are situated. See the testes, how it is situated. See the urethra. Okay, together all these things are called as penis. These together are situated outside the male body. And other things that is deferens, tubular system, it is inside the body as well as seminal vesicle is there, that is behind the urinary bladder. Prostate glands are there. These are below the bladder. Okay, bladder means your urinary bladder means where the urine is filled. So there is only one tubule, that is common tubule, that is urethra. It passes the urine also and it passes the semen also. Okay, when semen has to be passed, the passage of urine stops. Okay, so these two things do not work at same time. Please understand the diagram and understand the concept. Okay. We'll study now the human female reproductive system. Female reproductive system here, it is situated inside the abdomen. Okay, just behind, in between your urinary tract and the vertical section, that is in between. So this female system consists of, you could see here again we'll go anti-clockwise. First we'll start with ovary. Ovary, it is having the premature eggs. There are millions of eggs when a female child is born. When a female child is born, first only eggs are there inside the body, but they are not matured. Okay, so these are millions and millions of cells are there, or ovaries are there inside the female's body. This ovary becomes mature after the age of 14. Now that age is reduced, it has come to 12. But after the age of 14, the ovary or the ova becomes mature. Okay, so you could see the position of ovary. Then is the fallopian tube. Ovary is connected, here ovary and the fallopian tube, it is like a funnel. Okay, so ovary is connected in between, in front of that funnel-like substance. Okay, so that is opening and then it conducts through a fallopian tube. Then it brings that egg into the uterus. Uterus is a bag-like substance which could hold the ova, or either it could hold the whole baby inside the female's body. Then is the cervix, that is an opening for the ureters, as well as there is a vagina. Vagina is the opening outside opening. There are two openings. One is the outer opening and the inner. So through vagina, sperms can also pass into the female's body. Then the cervix opens. This cervix is responsible for closing, holding the baby or closing that uterus when the baby is there inside the female's body or inside the womb, we say. Okay, now we'll understand the function, there are many hormones which are related with all those things. No? Hormones you have studied in your ninth standard, you can recall afterwards. Some hormones that is FSH, we will study further also. We'll understand first the structure. So ovary, when the female becomes 14 years old as well as further, every month this ovary gets matured. Now from millions of these ovaries, one ova we call that is an egg. It is not actually the egg, it is a half cell. Now that cell becomes matured. As it becomes matured, it is passed from the fallopian tube. Okay, as it is passed from the fallopian tube, it meets in between. Either it can meet in between the sperm. If sperm is not meeting in between, this ova comes through the fallopian tube into the uterus. It waits there for some time, and then if nothing is done, that is, if fertilization is not taken, if sperm is not being meeting with it, then it is thrown out from the female's body. So this process is done every month in the female's body. Uterus every month gets prepared for holding the baby, and if fertilization is not done, that uterus have to throw out this ova outside the female's body. Okay, so understand, only we require to understand those few things, that is vagina, that is opening outside. So it is the opening outside the female body. Then the cervix, it is having a groove, no, that can open, no, a door you can say, or a wall you can say, that can open or either it can close. Then the ovary, where it is having millions of ovas or millions of cells into it, as from the female has born. This further is being attached with some muscle fibers, and then it can open into the fallopian tube. Fallopian tube at its opening is having a funnel shape. Okay, and then this ova is passed from the fallopian tube to the uterus. From the uterus, it waits there for some time, and then it is thrown out from the body. So cervix and vagina is doing two times the work. Once the sperm to enter into the body, the next to throw out either the unfertilized egg or either to bring out the baby from the female's body, that is to give the birth to the young one. Okay. Okay, this is the situation where it is actually situated inside the female body. Here you could see the outline of the female body and the system which is being situated inside the female body. It is just below the abdomen. Where is your abdomen and the below part of the abdomen? Okay, so all those things now you are familiar with. Okay. Next. Here is how the ova gets matured and thrown into the fallopian tube. One ovum is released in the abdominal cavity, no, alternately. Only one ova out of that millions of ovary. Okay, it is released into the fallopian tube. It is passed from the fallopian tube and then comes into the uterus. Now here in the fallopian tube, it meets the sperm. If it is not meeting the sperm, here the fertilization takes place in the fallopian tube. Okay. So after the fertilization takes place, that thing is called as oocyte. Okay, remember the word, it is called as oocyte, and it is pushed forward into the uterus. Now in the uterus, this oocyte develops, it germinates. You know how the seed germinates when you sow it into the soil. No, it gets a sprout. Same way, this egg also gets a sprouting inside the bag, inside the uterus. And this sprout it develops into a umbilical cord where the child or that embryo receives the nutrients from the mother. Okay. So if this ova is not fertilized, then it has to be thrown out from the female's body. Here, during the fertilization as well as before fertilization, now you see meiosis. You are a lot familiar with this cell division, isn't it? Meiosis, what is that now? This is a cell. It can take place in female as well as it can take place in male. Now, where this has to be taken place, either if it is meiosis division is in female, then it has to be taken place in ovary, correct? And if meiosis is taking place in male, it has to be taken place into the testes. So this division of cell. Now how cell divides? Cell is, it is diploid, then it becomes haploid, that is again it becomes doubling number. If it is 2n, it becomes 4n, again 4n becomes 2n, and 2n becomes n and n. At last, you could see 4 cells are formed here. No? If these 4 cells are formed, those 4 cells, what you will call when they are in female's body? You will call it as ovum, okay? And or either you will call it as egg. If they are there, if this division is there, if these 4 cells are formed due to meiosis, and if they are there in male's body, then what you will call it as? You will call it as sperm. Are you all understanding? Yes. Now, here one more picture you could see at the top, human egg, that is as well as human sperm. Egg is steady, egg don't have to move. Okay, what has to move is the sperm. So sperm is having a tail-like substance. No, that tail helps the sperm to move forward, and it has a very great speed than that of your aeroplane. Okay, so it travels into the female's body with the greatest speed, and this sperm when matures, no, it becomes either the mature sperm and ready to travel outside the male's body. Now, egg which is in female's body, it has 2 chromosomes, 2 sex chromosomes, that is XX, and sperm is having sex chromosome, what you will call it as XY. Okay. Now, when this sperm and egg they meet each other, or either they fuse with each other, the tail gets degenerated. The tail of the sperm will get degenerated, it will lost, and then both these things get mixed with each other and a zygote is formed. To see a zygote means a fertilized egg. Okay. So here you could see an actual picture of sperm and an egg. Sperm is actually very tiny, as well as egg is very big according to the size of the sperm. Okay, when sperm travels into the female's body, it comes in millions. It doesn't come in 1 or 2, it comes in millions, and out of this million sperm, only 1 sperm is able to fertilize that egg. Only 1 sperm is able to enter the egg. Are you getting? And other million sperm gets degenerated into the female's body. So here you could read now formation of zygote. How zygote is formed? By the union of sperm and ovum. So this process is called as fertilization. When sperm and ovum meets each other, it is called as fertilization. Now where they meet, they don't have to remove out from the body. They meet each other into the female's body, not the male's body. Okay, sperm and ovum meets each other into the female's body. So we call this type of fertilization as internal fertilization. Okay, now how the sperm is released? Sperm is released as, no, it is ejaculated. We use the word here, scientific word, it is ejaculated. Ejaculated means passed into or transferred in the vagina during copulation. Copulation is when the male and the female are come in love with each other. Here the semen is produced and this semen is passed into the female's body, and here out of millions of sperm travels into the female vagina, and then one sperm is made to fertilize that egg. Okay, and further the journey starts where it starts from vagina to the uterus as well as the oviduct. Okay, here the journey starts of development of a young one, development of an embryo. Okay, here you see now the journey of a sperm and the egg. Here, no? See the ovary, the half-white color structure. Ovum is being given out from the ovary. You know, that is the matured ova comes out from the ovary. Only one ova comes out from the ovary. Sometimes by mistake, two also comes out. That time, twins develop into the female's body. Or sometimes two sperms fertilize the same egg. That time, twins are formed. No, twins are being born. So here we'll take the example only of one ovum. So the ovulated egg which comes out from the ovary, it is passed into the fallopian tube. You will find here in the fallopian tube, it is fertilized. You could see fertilization. Fertilization. Here it is fertilized. Who fertilizes it? That is the sperms. As sperms enter inside, here the cell division starts. Now which type of cell division starts? This cell division we call it as now mitotic. Mitotic cell division starts day 1. You could see day 0, that is the entry of the sperm into the ovum. Day 1 is the fusing. The fuse, no, sperm and ovum gets fused with each other. Now what actually fusion means? The chromosomes. Some chromosomes are there in the sperm and some chromosomes are there in the ovum. These chromosomes get mixed with each other and they form one nucleus. Okay, so one whole nucleus is formed. How many chromosomes should be there in this nucleus now? There should be 46 chromosomes. Correct? 23 chromosomes have come from your mother and 23 chromosomes have come from your father. How it has come from your father? Through sperms. And how it has come from your mother? Through the ovum, through the egg. Now these two things get fused with each other and then an egg is developed. We call it as a zygote, that is a fertilized egg. Further it starts its mitotic division, not meiosis, no meiosis division. Here now mitotic division starts at the day 2. Second day of the fertilization. What happens here? 2 cells are formed inside. Okay, the whole covering and 2 cells are formed. At day 3, these 2 cells again doubles. They again divide mitotically. 4 cells are formed. At day 4, that is the whole thing is called as morula. Till day 7, it is blastocyst implanting. That is, here there are 8 cells. No, 8 cells. And further it forms into the 16 cell in the day 7. It is called as blastocyst cells. This day is very important when at this day the egg which is having 16 cells comes and falls into the uterus. Okay, uterus is a bag which is holding a young one inside the female's body. Here, the embryo starts developing, dividing into many cells, and then a whole baby is formed. All the development, when it is complete, that baby, the time comes for the birth. For human body, it is 9 months. The 9 months, the embryo is developed into the female's body, and then it has to be passed out from the female's body through vaginal opening. Okay, here there during the formation of embryo, again it sprouts. This sprouting gives a piercing. It pierces, goes deep inside the uterus and keeps on sucking the blood as per the nutrition for its development. So the nutrition also is taken through the cord. That cord we call it as umbilical cord. Okay, and when the baby born or either when the young one comes out of the female body, this cord is broken down. Okay, yes. Start with. If you have any questions, you can on your mic one by one. Ask me any doubts. If I have any doubts, please ask. No doubt. Teachers, have you all understood? Okay, you can type on in the chat. Have you all understood? It was interesting. You could understand internal part of your body, how you are born. Yes. Test. Kaustubh is asking about test. Today I'll take your test. Understood? Very good. Good children. Amli did not join. Good. Happy to know? Are you happy to know about your birth? No? They just. Yes, very good. Thank you. Now Miss Bindu has come. So she will join after some time. Okay. Okay. What one important thing I wanted to tell you is please keep on reading the textbook. Okay. Don't depend on any digest or any other material. Okay. You have to, what is that for the rhythm? You have to read only your textbooks, understand the terms and use the same terms in your test or either in your exam. No, these terms helps you shortcuts. You don't no requirement to explain a lot. Your science and maths depends on short things. But here are your shortcuts means those scientific terms which have long meanings. So you have to use all this. How sperm is ejaculated? Okay, I'll answer. Sperms. Go back that. Sperm part. Female. See, one question was there. Somebody has typed. How sperm is ejaculated? It is ejaculated through urethra. That is, I have told you, two organs are there which are outside the body of the male. Outside the body, why they require to be outside the body? You know, nature is great. These things require low temperature. Okay, for production of testes or for production of sperm, it requires low temperature, and for ejaculation, that is, it is ejaculated through this urethra. The penis has to be inserted inside the female's body, and then the sperm is ejaculated. That is, sperm is produced in the testes. It is passed through the vas deferens. Okay, from the vas deferens, it comes from the seminal vesicle and prostate gland. They helps the fluid to get mixed with the sperm. These fluids get mixed with the sperm, and now we call that together as semen. This semen comes into the urethra. Okay, urethra is an opening. From urethra, the sperm comes out from the male's body. When the urine has to be passed, sperm will not pass through the male's body. Both the work is done by the urethra. Okay, so urethra, that is an opening ejaculatory substance which allows the sperms also as well as the urine also to pass. Okay, still any doubt? Okay, portion for test, you have to do lessons from section 1 2 lesson and from section 2 also 2 lessons. Not giving you much trouble. Next term exam will include more portion. First two, yes. First two lesson, that is gravitation and the next lesson. And here also heredity and the life process. Life process part 1. If you want, I can take some part of part 2 also, or sexual reproduction. It can, easy it is. So from section 2, you have to study for your exam, that is lesson number 1, lesson number 2, and lesson number 3 till your asexual reproduction. Okay? Okay, thank you. Miss Bindu is joining you now.